always fun to me because, like, if I go to check out and they give me an extra dollar, I walk out, and he's like, "It's killing you, isn't it?" And I said, "Yeah." And I
for
walk
sure.
back in.
Would. Yep.
I'm like, the littlest things. He's like, "Why? It's just $1." I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, it's just the principle of it.
It is, yeah. Like, I'm afraid. I don't want bad karma.
Yep. Brooke will do that. Like, they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, they missed this item on the grocery thing. We should go back."
I've done that when my kids were little. They like, I think it was Ella. She snuck something in the cart, and I didn't realize it until I got out to the car, and I went back in and paid for it.
Yep.
It was like something silly, like a piece of candy. But
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You're
Or
a
even
thief.
like the 10-cent bag at Wegmans. I forgot to hit. Like one time I forgot it, and I forgot to hit. Yes, I had one, and Darren's like, "It's 10 cents." I'm like, "I'm adding it to my next order. I don't care."
I don't know if I would.
It really, like, I am that person. Like, I would walk in the next time because you see those TikToks where like
Take me in.
Target is like, "I've seen your face multiple times," and I'm like, 10-cent bag.
You worry that someone's going to follow you home.
Right. Yeah.
Call the cops.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never know.
So, but no, nothing's off limits. I will answer to the best of my ability.
All right.
I was gonna say I feel like I don't know much about your story.
No.
Like, did you grow up around here?
Sort of. So my family moved here when I was in first grade, and we moved to Shamokin my freshman year of high school. My adoptive family had switched careers, and they ended up relocating there. But I spent my first 8 years in Montgomery. That's how I actually knew Darren. We knew each other in middle school, and then kind of just lost contact. And probably, I'm trying to think, late 2010 we kind of reconnected. But at the time, I was already in a different relationship. He was in a relationship, but we just kept friendship conversation, lost contact again, and then kind of came back. So, yeah.
That's sweet.
Thanks. But yeah, so when we lived, and we lived in Texas for a really long time. Great. San Antonio was a great
we?
experience. Darren and I and Lily.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, how
Lily was actually born in Texas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How recently did you move back from Texas?
So we came back in 2020. He was still technically in the military. He got stationed in D.C., but that was September of 2020, so we were still heavy in COVID. I had driven up here, and Lily was up here, and I found out that he actually got locked down on base by himself because I was up here getting her settled, getting things organized. And I had literally got back in the car, and I drove straight down by myself to be with him because he couldn't get off base to get food, to get anything. He was literally, and we were living on base. So it was one of those,
It's such a weird time.
it really was. But we got really lucky when we did come up. I think it was like a year and a half to almost 2 that he worked remote because down in DC they had everything locked down. So for the last 2 years is when he started traveling back and forth. And then once he retired, we bought his grandparents' house. His gram had passed away when we came back. Another reason to come back closer. And so we bought their house and just kind of like we had discussed earlier on that while we love the city, we love being away from home, we missed being home. We missed being closer to family. We missed just being out in the middle of nowhere. We had the city life where everything was 5 minutes away from you, and we were done. We're like, we're ready to
So
go
convenient.
back.
It was terrible.
It was, yeah, absolutely. Because it was like within, like when I was pregnant, the hospital mileage wise was only like 15, 20. It took us over an hour to get there because
my
of
gosh.
traffic, and no matter what
Yeah.
time of day it was.
Yeah, that
That's
is
tough.
that's the stuff that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I'd rather drive like triple the distance on like country roads to get somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
Country roads.
Yeah. I don't do well in the city. Even in visiting my son in Pittsburgh, he's like, "Oh, it's not that far. It's only like 10 miles away, but we should probably leave 40 minutes." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah,
He's like, "Yeah, we should probably give ourselves a solid 40 minutes to get there."
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's nice to be back and just kind of, again, we're happy that Lily's in the school that we both were in, and he graduated from Montgomery, but it was just, we wanted it back to small town living.
Yeah. I understand that.
Has its pros and cons. Like I do miss like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and Sprouts being
Yeah, more
30
options.
minutes away and that kind of stuff. But we really don't mind.
He's got to drive an extra 30 to get to
Right.
state college.
Right. But for us, and that's kind of where we laugh. Like now we're like an hour, 2 hours, we don't mind. But we've, like some of our friends and family will be like, oh, it's an hour away. We're like,
It's not that big of a
right.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we bring
When you've
coolers.
done it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one woman at Trader Joe's, she's like, oh, do you own a restaurant? We're like, no.
Kind of. It's called my
Yeah,
That's
kitchen.
it. Yeah, you guys just load up. That's
we
cool.
really
Yeah.
load up and we just make the trip. We make a day out of it and get whatever we need to get. But yeah, it was kind of
That's great.
That is great. You're like, yeah, just feeding the family.
yeah. It's like only one, but you know, there's 3 of us. That's it. But
Do you ever get that?
What?
Do you buy your stuff at Sam's?
I used to go to Sam. I mean, it varies. I go to Sam's and then I'll go to Wangard's. And oh my, like, one time I was at Wangard's and I had so much kale that the girl was like, "Oh, you must have a lot of animals." I'm like, "What? Are you feeding this to your animals?" I'm like, "I'm the animal."
right. It's me.
I've got animals to feed.
But yeah, people have said things like, "Who's eating all these vegetables?" Oh, well, long story.
That's great.
Man.
Do you own a farm?
Yeah, she just thought I was feeding my donkeys.
An arm farm?
Oh
There
God,
you go.
bulking season. All this kale.
See, we did experience the beach life for a little too. He got stationed in Delaware for a couple years.
Oh, that's fun.
But then they called him back down to San Antonio because that's the headquarters. And they're like, we need you back down. So we didn't spend our full tour there, but we got to be in, we were like maybe 40 minutes from Rehoboth, 30 from Lewis. And so like it was nice that we could literally wake up on a Saturday, go
That's fun.
have a beach day and come back that evening. And it was just like, we got
That
spoiled
would be
by
easy to get
that.
used to.
Yes, yeah, and Lily is a beach babe, so
Aw.
like she was tinier back then, so we would go to Lewis Beach because there was no waves, just hours
Yeah.
out there, and they always had Dairy Queen, which is her ice cream is her favorite, and so that would be her thing. She'd be like, "We have to get ice cream, Mom." I'm like, "Okay." I don't like ice cream. I know.
This one does.
All right.
Oh, see you and Darren.
This is over.
I'm more of a salty person. Like,
Same.
Lily and Darren are very sweet toothy and they can eat ice cream every moment. Where I crave like a nacho with like a even like a salsa.
Yeah.
You don't
and
always
chip.
have
Yes,
to choose. I
same.
mean, you could put
Just
some
have
pretzels on your
The
on your
salty
ice
I
cream.
could
sweet.
get down with dipping pretzels in ice cream. I used to do that when I was younger.
I was gonna
But
say French
I'm-
fries and your frosty.
Yeah, I'm definitely a chip and dip kind of gal.
Yeah.
Chip and guac. Salsa.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love homemade guac.
I could crush a bag of chips.
Me
with
too.
salsa.
So were you guys doing fitness when you were in Texas and traveling around? Or I mean, it was COVID time, so it was probably a challenge. Maybe it was a little
So-
different in Texas.
Well, so Texas, when we were down there, we did look at CrossFit because on and off through our marriage, we struggled with weight loss, and he obviously had to keep a certain quota for his weight, his waist size. He was on what they called a profile because he had injured his back and shoulder. Shoulder was during a PT test. Back was during something that happened to him in Afghanistan. So he was down to just having to do like a walk test and a waist measurement. And so for him, it was hard because he's like, well, if I can't work out, how am I supposed to keep my
Yeah.
waist, you know?
Yeah.
But so we would go on and off. We had 24-hour gym access, which was nice, but we were the only motivators for each other. So we had looked down there at a CrossFit gym. It was super expensive. It was like $300 type thing. And we're
yeah.
like, no. And then secondly, it was one of those, at the time, we were so out of shape and embarrassed, and the misconception of you have to already be in shape to go to a CrossFit gym or they're going to pretty much boo you out of the gym
Sure,
type
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So we just kind of struggled doing it for our own for many years. And then when we moved home, we were actually talking with my sister-in-law, Jody, and she was like, you guys should try CrossFit. And we're just like, no, we've heard all, we told her our reservations and what
Yeah.
we've heard about it. And she kind of laughed. She goes, no, I promise you, it is quite the opposite. They get a bad stigma. And so she's like, just go talk. And so that when we got home, I had actually, within a month of being home, I signed up, and then Darren had signed up the month after. And we used each other as a motivator, which we always have. And it was great. Like, I think within the first year, we already competed with each other. And again, that was more of just something fun to do. We didn't expect anything. But at the time, we both had a lot of limitations with our shoulders. He had to have surgery eventually on his shoulder, but I just kind of ignored my pain. And later
We never do that.
That bit me in the butt so hard. But so from September 2020, I started the CrossFit journey, on and off.
Yeah, so it sounded like maybe it was a little bit easier, because I think that's very relatable to a lot of people, that they're just nervous to just walk in the door to start off. I'm sure it was probably a little bit helpful to at least have somebody else to walk in the door with,
Yeah,
versus
it's nice
like
to have
doing
each
it
other.
alone.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that like you felt like made it like actually doable? I mean, it sounds like that conversation with Jody definitely helped too.
It did. And then the owner at the time, they just kind of explained everything. We said, here's our reservations, here's our goals. We're not looking to be, the greatest on earth. We just want to be healthier, to run around with our daughter, enjoy going out on hikes again. Because where we live, his parents own acres of farmland and woods. So it's like, it's nice to just walk and not want to be 2 steps in and have to take a break already. Like, she was obviously always on the go. So we just were like, we need to get healthier, not only for ourselves, but for her. And so knowing that ahead of time, the easing into it process, we realized, we're like, okay, there is scaled options. There is, they will put you where it's going to be hard regardless. Anything you start brand new, especially fitness, it's going to be hard. But those first 2 weeks, especially, once you get past that, even the first couple months, the soreness goes away. Your body starts adjusting, and it's always getting to that, through that hump was probably the most intimidating, because I would wake up the next morning, I'm like, oh my gosh. And at that time, we were only doing 3 times a week. We would do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we would give ourselves a break in between. But I think maybe 4 months in, I started going every day, because I realized when I wasn't, it was also like a mental release for me as well.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I think initially when people are starting off with fitness where it's not a habit, it's like, not only are you're obviously out of shape because you're not doing anything currently, but then it's like, I think you also don't have like the positive benefits that you get. Like, I don't know, you just don't have the same effect that someone who's been exercising for a long time. Like, for example, if I'll use myself, throw myself under the bus. Like, if I don't exercise, even if I just don't like move very much on like a day or two, like I just start getting very cranky, and like not a very nice person. Brooke will be like, okay, you need to go work out.
Oh, yeah, it affects your mood, yeah.
Yeah, so it affects your
Absolutely.
mood in like a very negative way once you stop. So it's almost like you have, this sounds ridiculous, but like withdrawal type symptoms, right? Like, again, they're like, you get endorphins when you work out. So it's like, it's a helpful thing. But then, when you're starting off, you don't get that as much. And then you also are obviously like sore and like just getting used to it. And you're not in the habit of doing it either. So it just obviously takes a little bit for everybody. But
Yeah, and like it's my favorite story, and I told Carla, I tell this story. My first ever full class, after you get through the introductory stuff, I was with her, another gentleman that was around her age, and it was just the 3 of us. So I'm the youngest in there, and it was like run 1,200 and then do burpees, run 800 and do like, so it was like a descent on all that. And I went home crying because I'm like, they beat me. Not only did they beat me, but they absolutely whooped me, and I want to barf. And
no.
and that was the worst first day
it's
for
like
me.
a great first experience.
Because the other thing is, I'm very competitive. I've always
Yeah.
been that way. So I was like, I got to keep up with them. And even I think Jeff was like, don't try to keep up with us. Like, this is your first class. Of course, I'm like, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do it. I was so mad. I was disappointed because then it was also like a gut check for me. I was like,
Yeah.
you really are out of shape.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, go ahead.
I think it really quickly goes from, and I think this is really fun for me to watch, anyways. When the tune changes from, okay, this is something that I have to do for my health, to, oh my God, I can't wait till my next class.
Yeah.
Or, like you just said, they beat me. How did they? They're not beating me tomorrow. Like, it very quickly turns into something fun that you look forward to. And
Yeah, I mean,
I gotta go do this.
competitiveness can be toxic, or it can be like super like
Motivating.
motivating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also like obviously there's certain personality types that will kind of lean into that, which obviously sounds like you are. Obviously I am, where like you don't like getting beat, and you use that to like you leverage that to do something that is healthy, right?
Yeah.
Which is obviously a good thing. But like again, for people who are oriented that way, it obviously kind of makes sense, right? But for people who aren't oriented that way, it's like, yes, there's going to be certain people who are super competitive, but at the end of the day, you can come in and like go at your own pace, and that is super cool, right? Like, yes, it's challenging, but like you're in charge of like how difficult you want this to be.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I always tell people it's your work. How should I do this? What should I do? How fast should I go? It's your workout. Like,
Yeah.
here's what you should do. But again, it's
Yeah, we have an intent, but
Yeah.
sometimes that's also like it changes based on how you come in readiness wise.
Right. Yeah, and that's like people will excuse me, before, like when we're getting ready to start the workout, they'll be like, "Well, what are you doing?" Like, well, what is your goal though? Like, is your goal to RX and hit the time cap? Is your goal to just challenge yourself? Is your goal to just, not RX, which is great, and beat a certain time? I'm like, everyone has their own goal. So
Sure.
this is what I'm doing, but it doesn't mean that's what you have to do. And it's like, think about what it is. Even like with the open, do you want to try to RX and not get as far as you want to go just to see? Or do you want to finish knowing you can finish? Like, do a mix of the both. It's like we all come here as collectively to be, work out, be around each other, but we all have different goals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like your workout might look different than my workout, but we all are still getting a great workout. Or in a community, it's like we have the same but different at the same time.
yeah.
Again, I think that is one of the things that maybe one of the reasons why people have hesitation to walk in the door in the first place is because they have certain preconceived notions about what they're going to be expected to do when they walk in. And it's like, well, we expect you to do what you're capable of doing right now.
Yeah.
Right? Which might be very little when you first walk in.
Right.
And that's what we're going to expect, right?
Right.
Not in like a derogatory way, just like, hey, this is where you're at. We're going to try to meet you where you're at. So, yeah, I mean, from like that workout where you got your butt whooped, like where did things go from there?
It really was that was kind of like my, okay, it's time. So I at first I use it as a discouragement, and the next time I went in, I was very down on myself. But it was one of those, the people around me were like, "You did great. That was a hard first workout.
You're beating yourself up, but no one else is, sort of
right?"
thing. Yeah.
And that's it. It switched for me. Then I was like, okay, so it really is about, we all do our own thing. It doesn't matter how you're doing it, what you're doing for it. Everyone would just respects the fact that they saw, like Carla and Jeff saw that I was trying, that I absolutely killed myself. And Carla even said, she's like, I have a feeling you're going to turn into a beast. She's like, I can just see it now. And I'm like,
And it's so nice to hear that from another woman,
right.
right? Like,
Yeah.
not why did you go so slow, or what were you doing?
Right.
Or who cares how fast? Like, it's nice to hear that positivity.
Yeah. And but me, I'm not really good at any type of a compliment. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, this woman's known me for one class, but okay.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those, it's so weird seeing how someone else can see you and you can't see yourself.
Yeah, you just need someone else to believe in you sometimes.
Yeah. Like what you did for me for the outdoor rope. You were like,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, it's time. And I'm like, no, I can barely
I'm
do
not
the
going
one.
out there. I said,
Right.
yeah, you are.
Right. And I was like, but it was that push
Yeah.
of you already knew what I could do without me knowing it myself. And it is scary because, again, my biggest thing is I'm so afraid to fall and just, But I trusted you, and I just kind of trusted my body and was like, all right, if Stacy says I can do it, I'm at least going to give it a good,
Oh, boy.
good go.
I literally just talked about this with someone yesterday. They were like, I didn't really think I could do this, but Ben wrote it, so he thinks I can do it. So I'm going to give it a go.
I experience that often. He's got this in here. I don't know who he thinks I am, but I guess he thinks I can do it, so I'm going to do it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. And that's what your friends are for too. Like, I know, like Tony, Kaylin, Ella, we all push each other because we're like, you can do this. What do you stop? Like, put more weight on or do this. Because it's like, we all don't give each other enough credit for ourselves. So we are all pushing each other in our own ways to make sure that we are getting the most out of it, knowing without hurting ourselves. But whereas like Tony underestimates herself all the time. And Kaylin and I are like, she can do more. We know she can go heavier. And now she's at the point where she's like, I know I can go heavier. I'm PRing. And I'm like, yeah, we're slapping plates on and just telling you to go. Or, whatever it is. It's like, we are those friends now.
Are those all people you met through the gym?
They are, yeah. So Tony, I didn't see as much because at the time I was doing more morning classes. And
she was night,
yes,
right?
Yeah, she would be at night. And then Kaylin, I think I had met her during Murph. Like, that's the first time I really got to see who she was. And she was doing Murph right after I was doing Murph. And then to come to find out, funny enough, she's related to my sister-in-law's side of the family somewhere in that. I forget how it goes. Darren explains it to me all the time. But the one time she was like, how do you know Jody? And I'm like, that's my sister-in-law. And she goes, she's my family. So really weird how that connected.
Small world.
It really was.
And she was what, like 12, 13 at the time?
I don't remember
when you
how
guys
old.
met?
I don't remember how old she was. I don't remember because I know she had started shortly after I had.
She was she was young because I can remember coaching her.
Yeah, and
Kaylin started at 12?
She was.
She.
It had to be
maybe
2018-ish.
What's she now, 14?
She's 21.
Yeah,
right?
she turned 21.
So she would have been really young.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she's been doing it that long.
Well, I think she started and stopped for a while.
Yes.
We'll have to get her in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Write that down.
There you go. Sorry, Kaylin. And then her and I just kind of naturally just started talking, and then I'm trying to think. Like, it really started she was doing a competition, and it was the one year that I was not doing competition. And I went to kind of cheer her on, but right before all that started, I was trying to help her with certain things. Like, we would talk to each other like, oh, maybe try this way or try that way, or you're going to do great in competition. Don't doubt yourself. The adrenaline carries you a lot further than you think, that kind of stuff. So after that competition, she was like, we should do a competition together.
Aw.
And because her partner had gotten sick. That's what it was. It was Besties and Bromance, and her partner had gotten sick. And so I drove up to be her partner, and then she ended up being sick too. She had gotten there.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. So I had driven up
when you
separately.
sub out everybody on the original team and it's a completely different team.
Right. Yeah. And it was one of those, like, one of the coaches was like, hey, her partner dropped out. She needs a partner. And I'm like,
oh, did they just throw someone at you?
it was Kaylin.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
I thought
Kaylin
you meant
originally.
after Kaylin got sick. Okay.
So
Because I've been like,
That's what I thought you were
I'm good.
saying.
I can't partner up with someone I don't know like that.
So it was one of those. She toughed it through one event, two events, but it was bad, like stomach problems.
Oh
bad.
gosh.
So
Yeah, you don't want that.
her and
Dangerous.
I ended up kind of just watching the rest of everything, and then we went back, and she's like, "We're going to do a redo. We are going to do this again sometime." Then I had to stop for a little bit because my shoulders were one in particular was really bad, and then she kind of was my motivation to restart the way I did over there, because she's like, "We're going to do Besties and Bromance." I'm like, "Kaylin, I'm nowhere near ready. I am just restarting again." And she's like, "We're going to do it." I'm like, you also got to remember,
Listen, kid.
I'm 20 years older than you. I'm like, this is not as easy for me as it is for you to restart again. But she actually was my biggest motivation, because I'm like, I don't want to let her down. That's like for me, I don't like doing individual competitions because I feel like it's one of those you're a center of attention type person, and I'm like when I got up on a podium and they said my name, I turned beet red because like I'm really bad at that. But knowing that you had someone else with you and you were pushing each other, like her strengths were my weaknesses and vice versa, so we worked out really well together. And then she was like my biggest, like, okay, you know, we know the movement's going into this. This is what you're going to do. This is what I'm going to do. And her and I had these game plans together. And then we did Festivus prior to, which was a single person competition to see how ready I was to kind of, because that was like a month or two before Besties, just to see how I was too. So like I had motivation going back into it. And then her and I just kind of clicked from there. And her and Tony have always been friends with each other when they started the gym. So it was just like the three of us kind of meshed in, because then Tony and I kind of got to know each other through that, because her and Tony I think they were a team too before. And then I had met Ella one time when she was at the other gym. And then coming here right away, we just kind of clicked again. We're like, oh my gosh, nice to see you. And the four of us just kind of all meshed together now.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, I think when you go through a challenging experience with somebody, like, you know, when you get done with something like a workout and that you've done with someone else and you're like, hey, we both went through that together. It's like kind of makes getting to know somebody a lot more accessible.
Yeah, it creates a
Plus, you're
connection.
just there, like you're doing it together.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and like I made it a point too, and this is where I was so thankful for my husband. I made sure that I was with Kaylin at every workout prior to us actually competing, so that we just naturally knew each other's rhythms. So that if there was a moment, like the last event, you don't know what they're going to do. So that at that point, you really are also going off of your chemistry of, okay, we're getting thrown into this, you know, how are we going to do this? We literally had like 30 seconds to figure it out, and it was like 3, 2, 1, go.
Not a lot of planning, so it's nice to know your partner.
Yeah, and so, and I mean, we were fortunate in the fact there were no burpees, and for me, because at that point I was still struggling to do maybe 5 at a time without just gassing out, and there were pull-ups in there, which I could at the time maybe do like 1 or 2, but she kind of held that one. There was full snatches, which I was able to bang out real fast. And then there was the rest of the time was max calorie row till the end. Which...
end.
Yeah, so it went snatches, pull-ups, max calorie row. And we blew through all that. And literally, she took, like I said, the brunt of the pull-ups. And we split the snatches, but I was able to pop through the rest of them fast. And then her and I just kind of went back and forth on the rower, but it was pretty much one of those, she would just jump in so I could take a few seconds, and then she's like, I'm going to get to this point. Are you good? I'm like, I'm good. And then we just wrote our heart out.
That's all you can do at that point.
Right. But yeah, it was just one of those, whenever like Adam and I were partners for one of my first, I forgot about that too. When I first came back after taking a break, him and I were partners for a Festivus thing too. And it was kind of the same concept. I made sure I stayed with him for the workouts. We worked out next to each other. We talked during it. And it was just building that rapport of being comfortable with each other, because he was my first competition that wasn't Darren. Darren and I had always done it. Like we did I forget what it was back for me, like pair up, throw down. It was during COVID where you could do, it was a team thing you did online, and it was just like a thing that we threw ourselves into. We're like, why not? Just give it a go. And then we did.
Was it like CrossFit, or was it just more generalized fitness?
No, it was, I'm trying to think. I think it was right after the Open, I want to say. It was like one of those things where they just were trying to get more people involved. So they just threw a little 2-person competition in. And so we just did that. It was like 3 or 4 events total, and you just had someone that was certified to judge you, and we struggled through it, but we did it. But it was just, again, it's one of those things where him and I, because we've been married for almost 14 years. We've been together for 15 total. So like it's one of those, we can just look at each other and we don't have to say it. Like we are so in sync with how we move, and that was always so nice. And then, so going into a competition with someone that you don't have that same connection with, it was scary. But yeah, like we did the pair up, throw down. We did what was the one during December? Was it NEPA?
Holiday Havoc?
Yes. So those were our first two that we did together, and then we did another Holiday Havoc together, and then that's right before he had his shoulder surgery. So that was, we did 3 competitions together, and it was fun. We also knew like he's not as competitive as I am, so it was one of those. He'd just be like, "You tell me what to do."
I can
I'll do
see
it.
that 100%.
So can I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just tell me what to do, Jen.
Yep. And it was one of those. I'm trying to think. There was like a synchro shoulder to overhead, and I was worried for myself because I was like, I don't think I can do this as much as you're going to, because he again has a pain tolerance of a monster and can just power through it. He struggled, and I just remember looking at him. And I could see his face, and I'm like, just do it. Let's just get this part over with. And he just
You're
looked,
supposed to be okay right now.
I'm supposed to be the one struggling here. But like we just looked at each other, and I think there was actually a picture. You could see us both just staring at each other, and we read each other. It was one of those. I gave him that look of, we're gonna finish this, suck it up, and him like, I'm in so much pain, but okay.
We're going to need that picture.
I will find it for you, because I'm pretty sure it's on my Facebook somewhere. But it's just his eyes are like wide because he knew I was giving that look of, just get it done.
That's great.
So is there anything you're looking forward to coming up? Just overall
Do you
fitness.
guys have any like Spartans or anything coming up? You guys
So
are doing a lot?
Tony
did
and
the
I,
DECA.
Tony and I are gonna try to do the trifecta this time, because we got into DECA so late into the season that we couldn't finish our medals to get, because you have to do DECA Fit, DECA Strong, and DECA Mile, and you get the little trifecta 3-piece medal of it. And so that's our goal this year, is to do all 3 as best we can.
Where are they at?
So far, I think the first one's a DECA Mile in Quakertown, but we haven't signed up for that one yet. And then the other 2, we don't know, because both of our schedules, we already know. We're not sure if we can. We might have to actually do it individually. We're not sure. We want to do it as a team, though.
Yeah, that would be more fun.
I signed up. I signed up for a 5K, which is very unlike me.
I know how much you love running.
Oh, I've gotten better thanks to DECA and Tony. I want to say the 5K, it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be in August, I think. But I also signed up for a half marathon in October.
Good for you. Where at?
Hughesville.
Hughesville.
I'm pretty sure it's Hughesville.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's local.
Hughesville Hath is a pretty nice ring. I don't know if that's the name of it.
Half. It'll probably be pretty flat.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
So I figured that's the first. That would be a good.
That's a bonus.
Yes. Yeah. And we're gonna do more trail running again, and so it was different than what I thought. Jody had actually tried to get me to do a trail run with her a couple years ago. I'm like, running? No, I'm good. But after experiencing it, Ty Dotton was horrible though. Like, I did not, like, Tony tried to warn me, but I still didn't understand the incline that mountain was, and the miles, like, it went straight
some
up.
of the elevations are, I mean, you got to, some trail runs versus others are just
I mean, yeah, like Hunter's what,
crazy.
25K, but it doesn't feel like 25K
Right.
because it goes straight up the mountain for
There's
the first
so
mile.
much elevation and areas where there's no running. You're
Right.
like crawling.
Yeah.
So trails can be tricky. They're so fun though.
So I was really optimistic going into it. Like, the first, I think it was like mile and a half before you hit the actual mountain, I was flying. I was like, this is great. I feel I'm not
This is so
breathing
pretty.
heavy.
There's trees.
Yeah. We went as a crowd. Chase was ahead of us. I was in the middle. Tony was behind me. And I'm like, this is phenomenal. And then we hit it. And I didn't realize how long it was. Like, again, in my mind, I'm like, oh, it'll be like a mile. It won't be so bad. And I look how far up it was. I was like,
I don't know, Jen, even a mile straight up.
well, but again, I was like, walking, it won't be as,
Yeah.
treacherous. But I didn't realize how, because it was also after a rainfall. So it was very slippery. And so I started going gung-ho up this mountain. And again, not realizing how long. I got about halfway up and I started seeing stars. I'm like, holy cow, I'm not even, not, like I barely am halfway up. So Chase was ahead of me finally because we met up at the mountain and kind of went together. He went off. And when I finally got to the top, there was an aid station there. And I sat there and waited for Tony. And she said the look on my face when she got to the top of that mountain, she thought I was going to kill her because I was done.
You're losing a friend today.
Yeah, and like there are people like, oh, you're doing great. I'm like, this is my first trail run. They're like, why this one? I said, my friend signed me up. And they're like, your friend did you dirty. But I'm going to do it again. As horrible as that was, you forget.
Well, that's what we do.
You forget about it and you do it again. So I definitely want to do that one again. And yeah, DECA for sure. I told her I did want to do a Spartan race because we did Mud Girl last year. That was kind of just a quick 5K, and that was a lot of fun. So I want to do something with obstacle courses and try something new.
Yeah. I mean, sounds like you're definitely like motivated by having like dates on the calendar.
Yes. Yeah, if I do it ahead of time, I'm a cheapskate. I refuse to let that pass by without doing it type
I
thing.
paid for it.
Yeah.
So that's a good, hey,
Yeah,
that's
it
as good a
literally-
motivator as anything.
It was like, it really was New Year's Day. I was like, I'm doing it. If I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. And so it's like, if I put these runs in my calendar, if I pay for them ahead of time, it's like the half especially, I'm like, if I don't do it, I won't ever sign up for it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good for you.
we'll see how it goes.
You'll crush it.
It's this last year with especially being here, my cardio has gone up. Even like yesterday's workout. Normally, I would despise burpees of any type. The last couple of times we've had burpees, I looked at Tony and Kaylin and I said, when has burpees been the thing that I looked forward to the most? Again, I don't love them, but I've grown to tolerate them. And even though I'm not even going as much as I am, I'm still able to, I have finally found that endurance stamina that I can at a pace. I'm not going as fast as everyone else, but I am happy that I can power through it without stopping now. Like that's a huge win for me.
Yeah, I think that's one of the other things that motivates a lot of people is that you have all these metrics that you can look towards of like improvement rather than just like being super fixed on the scale or you know some external metrics that may or may not move in the right direction right away. It's like to have things like, okay, I'm objectively getting more fit in like these repeatable things that I can do. Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that got me initially. Just like, you know, gym as a whole. It's like versus like playing soccer is super fun and I enjoyed it a lot, but every game is different, so like you can't compare. Like there's not that objective improvement.
Right.
Whereas
that makes
like
sense. Yeah.
I really liked, even though I wasn't very good at it, like track. Like 'cause it's like I know exactly what times I need to run to be competitive. And there's no, you know, the Russian judge can't give you a 6 just because he's Russian. You know, there's no subjectivity.
Either you were
which I
faster or
like.
you weren't.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Which, you know, not that it's all about the metrics, but that is.
It's helpful.
Yeah. Again, it's one more thing that you can leverage to be like, well, I know that I'm getting more fit, and it's like you can only get more fit for so long without things like body composition getting dragged along.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I really think just like what we do with Lily, trying to keep her in one sport. Like we don't want her doing multiple a season, especially at her age. It's have fun, be a kid, but it's building that almost, I don't know how you call it. What's the word? But it's building the structure of you have an objective, whether it's, you know, running, whether it's on the mat for wrestling, whatever, and you're following through with said objective, like building those building blocks to make her a better human when she gets older type thing. Like it did it for me because like in school, I was always in a sport. It just was a thing. Like I was not only with academics, but I did music and I made sure I was in a sport. Mainly because my home life wasn't the greatest, so I tried to stay out as much as I could. But Like I did track and field. I did sprinting and I did high jump were my two bigger
nice.
things. They tried putting me in a 4x4 one time and realized really
We just were making
quick.
a joke about this the other day. There's always that like one 4x4 where it's all throwers and none of them want to be
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm like, you realize
That's
that
terrible.
I'm a quick burst. Like 200 was my most. And I was like, no. And they're like, well, we need someone. You can be the second person. I'm like,
Oh, good.
like I can't even be the first person. Like, start them out slow. I'm like, oh man, and that was horrible. But I also did swimming and diving. I tried soccer and wasn't a big fan. I got forced the last 2 years for junior and senior. I did cross country. That was another one of those.
It's a lot of running for somebody who's not a fan of running.
Right. And I think that's what it was is like Darren and I talk like when you're forced to do something, then it's not as enjoyable
Oh.
as if it's just
Oh, yeah.
like he did cross country, loved it. And then once he joined the military, hated running. But just doing different sports in general, I think, again, being competitive as I was always like, I'm going to do this to get to this step, or I want to make states, so I'm going to make sure I practice my jumps more. And, excuse me, diving especially helped me with my high jump because I'm already working on diving off a springboard, and it helps you muscular and get into shape for, just for the jumping aspect of it all.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot to be said for like kids just having something that is structured that they're doing outside of class, even if it's not sports. It's like Ella's got Uptown, which is like it's like okay, not competitive in the traditional sense like sports, but it is like there's a lot of commitment.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
pressure. That's like
So much pressure.
yeah. And like, again, those things are, especially when you're selecting to do it, those things are really good for you, I think.
Yeah, it teaches them a lot of leadership, how to organize something, how to follow through.
Yeah. And just that, like, if you apply yourself, that, like, you're going to have more options available to you if you are disciplined in how you go about things.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
if
just
you're not
watching her on
disciplined, you can't do
stage.
Uptown.
Her
not gonna
confidence is
happen.
amazing.
And I think even sports will do that too. Like she went from this very quiet, shy person to this confident, like running around on stage. And I think that kids need that
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, especially that last show she did. I was like, I was like, I wish that was
so fun.
that was so
I
entertaining just to
know.
watch it back. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, and
They had
it's
a
just
blast. They had
you
a
could tell
blast.
they were having
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
and that
and same thing, like the camaraderie and having to depend on each other and showing up for each other. Like it just carries over.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of
everything.
adults don't have that. Like you get that when you're in structured sports. Some people recreate that with like military, out of school, but then after like even college athletes deal with this. It's like you get out of college athletics or you get out of high school athletics, and it's like you don't have any like, you might have a couple friends that you hang out with sometimes, but it's not like
Yeah.
like generally people aren't having that camaraderie like you do when you're on like a structured team like that. And it's like, I think obviously you had that when you first started. Hopefully you have that now. It sounds like you do.
Yes.
It's definitely something that is, yeah, I mean, I think we do think about that actively and try to, like, at the end of the day, like a lot of people stay doing something because of the people that are there.
Yeah.
Like you join for whatever reasons initially, and obviously you want to continue with that because you want to stay in shape and all that. But like, I think having, like you just want to go hang out with your friends.
Yeah. I haven't
Right.
seen very many people leave that say, I think I want to go work out by myself now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that
no.
sounds fun.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go work out in my basement.
Well, that's the other thing is like, coming here again, it's that extra push that you never knew you needed sometimes. Like we have at home, we have everything. I have my barbells and I have my weights and I have I have my runner that I got for DECA. Like there's things that I do have and I could technically do it at home. And my sister-in-law lives 2 miles from me now and her garage is nothing but a gym. But I need, even if it's just one extra person, just someone with me pushes me a lot harder than if I do it myself. Like I've tried running by myself and I'm just like, Like, I'm not one of those people that can run and talk, though. Like, I've told Tony when we first started, I was like, if we're running, I'm not talking. It's
No
not that I'm
conversation.
ignoring you. I'm still learning how to breathe. Like, I promise you, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not mad. I'm just in the zone type thing.
I
But
could see Tony being real chatty when she's running.
towards the end of the past year, a lot of our conversation was like, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm this, I just tripped, are you okay, did you fall? Like,
Are you with me? Are
right,
you with me?
like I fell at the bottom or towards the bottom of the mountain on Ty Dot, and then she busted out laughing. She didn't even ask, are you okay? She just busted. A guy fell, slid on my butt, slid down, and
Oh,
there
no.
were people in front of us that were turning around, oh, are you okay? And she's just laughing. She's like, I'm that jerk. I'm like, no, but that's how we are. You didn't hear me cry. You didn't hear me yelp. I just slid.
She knew you were okay.
And then she fell, or she twisted her ankle during the mud run into a big puddle, and then I laughed first, and I was like, oh wait, are you okay? And so then the rest of that weekend, she was like, she pushed me into that puddle. I'm like, you're so
funny.
mean. But no. But it's just, you guys have created a safe space, whether you know it or not. It is, even like Ashley joked with me, like I tiptoed my toe into this pool for a couple years before I actually came here. And once the intimidation, again, because it's somewhere new.
Sure.
And there may have been preconceived notions going into coming here. So it was like, once you see none of that was real, and that it is amazing and it's comfortable and it truly
thank you.
is, like, it's still professional, don't get me wrong, but it's something that I've strived for that I didn't know I needed until I came here. And now that I'm here, I'm like, I'm good. Like, this is home.
Aw.
And it was just one of those, but it's true. Cause like especially you two, you have different coaching of, the way you can coach other people is different, but it's still the same. And it's great because if I go sometimes in the morning and then I'll go to night on a different week, you get two coaching styles and you're both so knowledgeable. It's just a great experience to have both of you at different times.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you feel that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think with the coaching thing, it's I got this advice when I was like teaching, because when I was going through student teaching, because I wasn't a very expressive teacher, and they're like, you need to be more expressive, and I was like, what I kind of learned and kind of eventually took from that after I was done being butthurt was that like you kind of got to work with like your personality. Like, you know, I'm never gonna be the coach who's like screaming my head off the
Right.
entire class and, you know, I don't know, being super aggressive about certain things. It's like, I don't know, but maybe I'm I'm generally a fairly intense person, maybe, but like generally I'm not an intense.
You're like a quiet, intense. If that makes
No,
sense.
absolutely.
Right?
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like, I remember thinking to myself, gosh, I've never seen Ben coach a group of people. Like, he's only ever coached me.
Like when we're opening
When
here?
we were opening, yeah. So I was like, I can't wait to see how this goes down. And I think that you've changed a lot, your coaching style. Like, you're not as quiet. You're more like, you joke around with people a little more.
Yeah.
You're a little more friendly.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think you found your coaching style is what I'm getting
Yeah,
at. It's
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You found
All I
your
guess
groove.
all I was trying to say is like, there's like, you know, the correct way to do things, which still always applies, but like you got to work with you're within your own personality, which I think is true in a bunch of different things in life. It doesn't just apply to coaching.
Well, and I think some of it also falls on the member on being coachable. Like, there's people that you guys will give advice to and they could not take it, or they can be coachable by, because you guys at the end of the day are also making sure that we're not injuring ourselves by, you know, doing the wrong movement in the wrong way. Things happen. It does. But the fact when you say, hey, do it, you know, next time you're pulling this way, do it this way, try it this way. It's never like you're picking on someone, and people that might take it personally aren't coachable, where if you so, like I always say like I love it. I'm like, great, because I don't know, you as a person feel like you're doing it one way, then it'll be like, hey, you're doing this, next time try it this way. I love it. Like it's amazing. But
You do always say thank you.
yeah,
I've always
absolutely, because it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Because I sometimes, again, you're in that moment. You don't know if you're pulling too early, or you're pulling away, or jumping too late, or your foot's, like double unders or crossovers. You help me with my arms. I'm like, I thank you so much. But some of it, it's like a 50-50. It's, you guys are responsible, but we are responsible for taking that and running with it and trying to better ourselves in that way too, to make sure we are hitting standards and doing or asking questions. I was never one to ask questions. I was always that person, like I felt like I was inconveniencing someone. It's like, I know that's your job or whatever to answer our questions, but like I always felt like my questions aren't as important. And it's like I'm sometimes I still kind of hang back, but other times I'm like, I think I'm going to ask because my wrist, I'm still dealing with my wrist stuff, or certain things with my shoulder. I'll start doing it and I'm like, I'm not going to do that now because I've come such a long way from recovering from that. It's not worth doing it, or, again, different goals.
And Stacey gets really mad every time you ask for a modification.
I actually, the other day in class, I had a member who she has to modify quite a bit. She's like, I'm really sorry if I'm ever too much, like, and I told her, I said, honestly, I love it. It keeps my coaching abilities fresh. It challenges me to find a modification so that you're not bored every time you're coming in. Like, I love modifying for people. I think that's a great quality to have as a coach, to be able to do that.
Yeah. And it's like your guys' knowledge on it. You're like, okay, we're going to do this, or like completely switch the movement, but still work the same muscle. It's like, that's awesome. Like that you guys can even, like, it almost seems, I know it maybe not to you, but it's like, it's a split second of, hey, just do this instead. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, never thought about that.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you kind of know, okay, this person's dealing with this sort of thing. This is kind of what we could do to sub it out. That's going to be similar stimulus without giving you the issue that you're dealing with. So
Yeah, and to keep the workout exciting still too. Like, well, instead of 10 of these, just get on the bike for 10 calories.
yeah,
like,
that's the easy sub,
Yeah.
which isn't wrong sometimes. But
Yeah, and sometimes it's fine. Yeah, and it's the correct thing, but it can get boring too. So
Yeah.
gotta keep it fun.
Which that's part of CrossFit is the variability of movements that you have and constantly doing something different every day versus going to Planet Fitness and doing the same thing all the time, which that works for some people, not knocking it at all. Like if it works for you, great. For me, it wasn't like that. Like I've tried Gold's Gym, Planet Fitness classes. And
yeah, I
other
think the only
things.
people it works for are the people who are either so new to fitness that literally anything that they do will improve.
Right.
Which is fine. Like, go for
Yeah.
it.
True.
Now, and again, I'm not knocking that,
Right.
or the people who are choosing to like make that their like special area of interest, right? They're taking the time to watch YouTube videos to figure out routines, or they're like downloading apps to get like routines together, and they're like, they don't mind taking the time to organize it. Whereas like some people are just like, hey, it's worth it for me to like entrust someone else to be in charge of how to organize my week of fitness.
Absolutely.
I think as adults, we have so many other decisions to make that it's like, I don't
one
want one
less is
more.
great.
I don't want one more.
Absolutely. Yeah. There are those times where like you
Yeah.
make the decision for phenomenal.
Yeah. Tell me what to do, how many, for how long, and how heavy.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
That's our fitness summed up.
Sometimes.
And I mean, like I've always loved lifting. Lifting was always like my thing. I had a brother that he was 9 years older than me, and he was always into bodybuilding, always into lifting, that kind of thing. He was in the Army also, so he had to be in shape, but it was just one of those things where he got me into it out of high school. Like I lived with him for a little bit, and he would take me almost every day, and
nice.
he was my first person to teach me how to deadlift. Like
Very
deadlift
cool.
was always my thing.
Lily always wants to deadlift.
She loved.
I love that.
Yes, and she's actually loving sumo deadlifts right now too, which is really funny.
Well, she's got some long limbs.
I know.
So.
Yeah, she does.
When I first found CrossFit, just like on YouTube or wherever I found it, I don't know how I stumbled upon it. I did Linda like 3 days in a row. So it's 10, 9, 8 of down to 1 of deadlift, bench press, clean. Yeah.
How many days in a row?
I don't know if it was consecutive days, but I think I did it like the first 3 times I did CrossFit. I'm pretty sure I just did Linda every time.
Oh, my
And tried to beat
Lord.
my time.
That's
That was like
great.
when I learned muscle ups. I did one, and then I hung the rings up from my parents' tree in the backyard. I just
saw that
posted
clip.
this recently.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Yeah.
Like the leaves are
I was
just,
gonna
like,
say
the
the.
whole-
Oh, it was
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, Ben.
But I did I could barely I was failing reps occasionally, but I would do
Occasionally.
I did 10.
First time you tried.
And then the next time I was just like, all right, I'm doing 20. And the next time I was like, all right, I'm doing 30 for time. And then I just did that for 10 more times.
Oh my God. I
Every
can't.
time just trying to get faster. I was like, this is stuff that was that's what you do when you don't have any adult supervision.
When you're just making it up as you go.
I was waiting for that tree branch to
Right? I can't believe that is
It-
also
it was
ridiculous.
bouncing.
Like,
It was-
you're lucky you never got hurt.
Right.
I mean, honestly.
I mean, I got hurt just not doing that.
It's like those people that you see on YouTube that do Murph for 30 days in a row. I'm like,
I know. Yeah.
why?
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 Exactly. Why?
I get it. As an experiment once in a while, I started out looking like this. I ended up looking like this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
let's do double Murph.
no.
Yeah, no.
I'm good. Pass.
Right. Yeah. But coming into CrossFit is when I learned after not being in shape for so long, I was like, I need my cardio back too, because weightlifting is fine and dandy. And again, I had for many years thought about just trying to do powerlifting, but lifting can only do so much if you can breathe also. And I was noticing during certain workouts where it was just a barbell movement, I was still out of breath. And I'm like, that's great that I can deadlift 300 pounds, but I can barely deadlift 125 and breathe. What good is that anymore? And so switching my mindset from going heavy to now, trying to find that balance has been hard, but I'm finding it a little bit better since I've been here. My cardio has gotten better even on the off seasons. Again, after DECA, Tony and I kind of fell off on the whole keeping up with our DECA training, but still being able to, do the trail runs. And then we did Icicle on the Moon in December, which again, I hadn't been going as consistently, and I still was able to do that. I'm like,
What's that? Icicle on the Moon.
and that one, so it's either a 5K.
Sounds like an album.
It's a 5K or 10K option out in, where was that? Around Lock Haven, and you do it at night.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
Trail?
yes. Yeah.
Nice.
So we weren't sure what to expect, so we
You wanna
only
do a
did the
little icicle on the
5K.
moon later.
No.
It was really pretty
Sounds like a
though.
line or something.
Nice, Ben. Real nice.
It was really pretty though. It started snowing towards the end, so we were happy with that. And they had lamps
You saw the
everywhere,
stars.
but- No, we did not.
Not the moon?
Yeah, barely. But it was just stuff like that where I'm just like, I've come a long way in the last year. And I just didn't realize it until doing things that I'm just like, I'm not as consistent, but me now, even going a couple of days a week, is still in better shape than me when I was going every day. And that's saying something. I'm like, my body has changed. My mindset has changed, but I'm learning how to be in the gray. I've always been black or white. I've either been all in or completely off. I've never found that gray area. And probably in the past 8 months, I've found my gray area. And I've had to put down the ego a little bit on my lifting because my lifting is nowhere where it used to be. But I've also overcompensated now with the fact that I am able to do more cardio things without killing myself in the first round. It's kind of nice. I never thought I could get to that point.
Feels good.
It really does, yeah. And just
Good.
feeling comfortable with myself. Again, trusting myself that I used to think that if I had to skill something, I was making an excuse. I was weak. And some of it was the mindset I was brought up on. But now it's like, I want to do this I want to be able to come back in a day or two and do it again and not do it one time and be out a week because I injured myself again. it's really okay. You're still getting an amazing workout and seeing seeing results either way. You're strengthening other things. That's okay. It's been a good adjustment in the last year.
Good for you.
Well, it's you guys too. Again, changing mindsets. It's, instead of saying I can't do it, I've heard you say many times, just not I can't. It's just I will get it. Just not, I'm working towards it. Not
Just
I can't.
don't have it
It's
yet.
usually
Yeah.
they say, oh, I can't do this. I'm like,
Yet.
but I'm working on it.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I
Yeah.
forget. I think I did that to
Words.
Kayla one time, and she's like, but I'm not working on it. I was like, okay, fair enough.
I got somebody the other day. They said I suck at this. I'm like, we don't stop talking about my friend like that. And she was like, what?
Yeah, I think Tony
The
said you
negative-
caught her on that too.
The negative
Yeah.
self-talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean sometimes if you're so used to it, you don't realize you're doing it until
No,
someone's
yeah,
like,
most people don't hear it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, and it's true. It's like like Tony was like, I can't box jump because she's had such bad luck with it. And she's like, Ben, I don't know if it was box jump or something else, but she's like, Ben caught me the other day and said, but but not yet. I can't yet.
Yep.
And so she's like, I got to change my mindset. But off topic, but way to go on her. Like she now box jumps.
She does?
She does. Like it won't
Boy,
be.
I didn't know she ever would again.
She was squatting with Kayla the other day.
Yeah.
And front squat at 175.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
geez.
She can squat. And
She's
that's the
so
thing.
strong.
She
You
is
guys all
so
are.
strong.
You
And
guys all are.
I told Tony, I'm like, Tony, your strength in the last year is unbelievable. And the fact, again, you are now box jumping is huge. Huge.
She
Like,
refused when she first came
Yeah.
in. I'm like, I understand a fear for sure,
Yeah.
but let's get past that.
yeah. And I mean, and it's one of those, like, it's taken her almost the full year of being here, but like, she's doing it. It's phenomenal.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I actually helped Quinn with that the other day. She was, which I think a lot of people will be able to relate to. She was scared to jump on the box, the 20-inch box. And I like got out the 12-inch one. I was like, "Can you jump on this?" She's like, she jumped on that, and then I moved it up on the platform where I was 14, and then I moved it over where I was 16, and then I put the 20-inch box. And she jumped from the platform, so it was 18, and then I put it on the floor. It's like, all right, now you jump on it again, and she did, and she did the whole workout with it. Then she was just like a mental block.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It is mental
Yeah.
for most people.
Yep. Yeah, because like Tony would put, a little box with a plate, and I'm like, or like multiple plates, and I'm like, Tony, it's the same size.
It's
I
the
think
same
the
height.
last time I saw her do a box jump, I had that conversation with her. I'm like, look how close you are.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know, but I just so good for her.
Yeah.
No, someone else just did that with. They were talking about plates and how they load their bar. They were saying that they can't get out the 45-pound plates because they're like the heavy plates. But they put it 25, 10, and 10. They can like mentally that's okay for them. That's their safe spot.
And I said, doesn't
like,
it
that's
feel
funny.
better mentally to have one plate on than 3 plates on? That's the game I play with myself.
Yeah.
I would rather have one 45 plate on than a 25 and 2 10s.
I
Like,
will
if I'm
say,
lifting this much weight,
Yeah,
it
like,
might as well be the big plate.
Get them out.
I was gonna
They're
say-
not just for deadlifting
Right.
anymore.
I will say that once the stack's like halfway down, I even struggle. I'm like
just
trying to
moving
get
those
underneath.
big ones around.
Yeah, I laugh
That's
every
tough.
time. I'm like, if it's not the first couple, I'm not gonna lie, I've done that where it's 25, 10, 10. I'm like, I'm just gonna do this for now. But I forget what we were doing the other day. I ended up switching to the 45s. I was like, all right, it's at the top. I
It's
can grab
time.
them real quick.
Oh man. Well, thank you. This was fun.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's good to get to know more about you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And like I said, more things to come. I'm even though I've done this for a while, I feel like I'm just beginning, and that's a good feeling. So thank you guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate it.